So in this module, we're going to be talking about STI testing. In this module, the learning objectives include knowing recommendations for when to get tested and being able to understand why testing is important. Note that we're not going to be going into detail with different STIs. Alright, so first we're going to define what safer sex is compared to risky sex. When we talk about safe sex, that means having good communication with your sexual partners about your needs and also your sexual history. It's important to be clear with your partners. This also includes using barrier methods and lube as they're helpful in preventing STIs. Also, getting tested regularly is super important. When we talk about riskier sex, this often includes having sex while under the influence. This could also be having or paying for multiple partners that are unknown/anonymous, where you can't talk about your guys' sexual history. So, how often should you get tested? Well, the best practice is to get tested with every new partner. However, we understand that this may not be what everyone does. So at the very least, it's important to get tested at least once a year if engaging in safe sex practices, and every 3 to 6 more months if engaging in risky behaviors. Here are some common annual tests from the CDC. For sexually active women under the age of 25, gonorrhea and chlamydia are common tests they run. For sexually active gay and bisexual men, the common tests include syphilis, HIV, gonorrhea, and chlamydia. Alright, so let's talk about a scenario. Sylvia is a 19-year-old female in college who is usually extremely busy with the crazy life that college is. She recently decided to try out different dating apps for hookups. Sylvia has an IUD and isn't really worried about getting pregnant. But often, Sylvia won't use any protection or barrier methods while having sex. Sylvia is also seeing multiple people at the same time. Knowing this, how often should Sylvia get tested? Go ahead and pause and think about your answer. Alright, let's talk about it. Sylvia is often having sex without any barrier methods, so she isn't taking any steps towards preventing STIs. She also has a lot of new partners, so she may not be discussing sexual history with every single one. Both of these are riskier behaviors, so getting tested once a year may not be often enough. It would be recommended then for Sylvia to get tested at least every 3 to 6 months. And that wraps up our STI testing module. We learned about the recommendations for when to get tested and talked about why testing is important.